Welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast.
Well, hello, listeners, and welcome to Real Film Nerds Podcast, episode number 306. 2023 continues to roll on. The apocalypse has not happened yet. I'm still keeping my fingers crossed. We got 11 more months to go. I think we can do it. With me, as always, the optimist, the man that doesn't want the apocalypse, Mysterious Mike Talent. Mike, open your eyes, wake up. It's time to record a podcast.
All right, man. I'm waking him up.
One day we will record when Mike is literally not 15 minutes away from going to bed, and everyone will be like, who is this co-host? He's so good. But that is not this evening. So we will just continue on slugging through our typical Real Film Nerds podcast. Mike, this week we talk about a horror movie that came out in January, and like you like to talk about, January is when everyone throws their movies in that they try and get rid of and let sweep under the rug. But Mike, M3GAN is tearing up the charts. It's your pick. Go ahead, give us the breakdown, and then let's get into your thoughts.
All right, man. Yeah, it is tearing up the charts quite impressively, actually. All right, so this is directed by Gerard Johnstone, written by Alika Cooper. James Wan did the story. And this is starring Allison Williams, Violet McGraw, Ronnie Chang, Amy Donald, Jenna Davis, Brian Jordan Alvarez, and Jen Van Epps. And this movie is about a robotics engineer at a toy company builds a lifelike doll that begins to take on a life of its own.
Okay, Mike, so why is the 2023 Chucky doing so well?
You know, I'm not sure, Matt. It's kind of, this movie, the best way I describe this movie is like Chucky meets Terminator.
Yes and no. I will go yes and no with that. It's definitely more Terminator. I don't think so much Chucky other than the fact that it's a doll, because Chucky's more about a doll that is possessed by a serial killer's soul and being. So this is more AI that's learning how to not be good AI, I guess. So it's more Terminator-ish in that way. The vessel is just Chucky. How's that?
Yeah. I don't know, Matt. It's kind of got some Black Mirror type vibes. It's, I think I hate this term, but I think they're coining this in the elevated horror category. I still don't like that term.
What the fuck is elevated horror?
This. I don't know exactly, Matt, but this movie, I think, kind of strikes a chord with a lot of people. It seems to be, maybe it's a little too close to reality, too close to home, but also at the same time, it's kind of a, psychological movie it makes you think a little bit, and that's scary. Like, I was trying to think of, some of Alfred Hitchcock's movies he was the best at leading you up to something and then never showing you what happened and just letting your mind take over. I feel like this kind of touched on a little bit of that. I'm not saying it's an Alfred Hitchcock type movie, but it is more psychological. It's not really violent. I mean, there's some stuff in it, but it wasn't terribly violent, things weren't shown. There wasn't like a lot of blood. I don't know. I think it's PG-13, honestly.
It is PG-13, and that's one of the biggest things that I think holds it back.
I don't know, Matt. It's doing great. I think it's made like $60 million, and it's got like a $12 million budget estimated.
But Mike, you still haven't answered my question. Why is it doing so good?
I think it's just, it touched on something, man. People wanted to be scared. And also, the movie selection's not very great right now. You got Avatar and M3GAN.
Yeah, but this is literally driving people to the theaters.
Dude, I don't really have a good answer, man. I like a good marketing. I saw the ad and was like, yeah, I want to go see it.
Okay. All right, I guess. But I mean, there's been a lot of great movies that have had great trailers that haven't done this. especially not in January.
I don't know, man. I think everyone's terrified of AI, and they're like, yep, that's exactly what's going to happen. So they think it's a documentary?
And people love documentaries. They really do. They love going out to the theaters and watching documentaries. I mean, that's like the number one category at the Academy Awards is documentaries, right?
Right. No, man, I don't know, man. What do you think? Why do you think people are going to I guess, Matt, did you like it at all? Was it entertaining?
It was okay. I don't think it was anything special. I mean, it was okay. I enjoyed myself, but I don't think it was like a amazing, groundbreaking horror sci-fi AI movie. I mean, Terminator's way fucking better. A lot of movies that have tapped on this have been a lot better. I have to say this, I'm wondering if they took the rebooted Chucky. You remember that movie, Mike?
Oh, gosh, yeah.
And this is like, they're like, okay, we can do that, but we're going to do it a lot fucking better because this is a lot better than that rebooted Chucky, which is sad to say because, Mark Hamill did the voice of Chucky. And I love me some, Mark Hamill.
I think this was just really well done and executed. The plot, everything was very clear, the story. I will say, and this isn't much of a spoiler, there's a weird thing with a dog and neighbor, and it's like, why in the heck is there this giant hole in the fence?
I don't know, dude. I mean, people are cheap. I mean, I don't even have a fence, and I have all kinds of critters running through my yard all the time, but I don't have my neighbor's dog sticking their head through, because they have their own fence that they have to take care of and maintain. So I don't know. It was just a plot point for, death later, which we'll talk about in spoilers.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess. But, I like this movie. I will warn anybody who goes to see the movie that what I considered the good parts, most of them were in the trailer.
Yeah, okay, sure. Let's go with that. I think the best part of the whole film is the dancing sequence. That shit was hilarious.
Which is in the trailer.
It is, yes. That's why I'm saying it here, because it's not a spoiler, because it's in the trailer.
I like the movie. I like the concept. I just was a little disappointed the trailer showed everything. But it was fun. Like, the circumstances of what happened to be able to get the little girl. Like, at first when I saw the trailers, I was like, how the heck did that go down? But then when the movie story happens, it makes a lot more sense.
See, so the trailers didn't ruin the movie for you. It just showed a lot of interesting scenes that get put together by seeing the actual film.
Right, yes. But I would have liked to see those for the first time, not, in the movie and not on the trailer.
Again, folks, this is the half asleep Mike. He's normally a little bit quicker than that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, anyway.
Mike.
Matt,
go ahead.
What are you drinking this fine morning, evening, afternoon?
Perfect, Mike. I was just going to say you need to ask me about that. Mike, I'm drinking some of my holdouts from last fall. I'm drinking another Sam Adams Oktoberfest.
Well, that's an excellent beer, Matt. Good choice. I'm drinking my one of my go-tos. It's called Hoppy Nomad. You can get it at Aldi.
All right, Mike. So, speaking of that, we're talking about a movie where a doll replaces someone's parents. Mike, I hope you have a really good one of these today. What is today's incredible dad joke?
I got dad jokes. I don't think they understand, though. Gotta think I'm funny. Other people never laugh, though. Dad jokes.
Oh, Matt, this is a great one. I think you're going to love it. Where can you find a crab with no legs?
Red Lobster.
Exactly where you left it.
Exactly where you left it? Not Red Lobster?
No, man, because it has no legs.
Oh, I like mine better, but okay. It's true, though. It can't walk away if it doesn't have any legs. It would be where you left it. Unless someone came by with a hockey stick and thought it was a puck.
Nope. I know it was Friday the 13th and you got Jason on your mind, but no, it wasn't that.
Yeah. I mean, I went and saw M3GAN on Friday the 13th, Mike.
Oh, dude. Nice, dude. Was it packed full of teenagers?
No, I saw it pretty much by myself. In the big theater, too. It was awesome. I loved it.
Oh, that's cool, man. Very cool.
Well, that's one thing, and we'll get into it when we start talking about our film for next week. We're like a week or 2 weeks behind of new releases, and it's actually working out pretty good because, at least here in Prescott, the theater is literally empty.
Nice, dude. So no one can ruin the movie for you. That must be weird for you, man.
It is. It very much is, Mike. And I know you prefer it when people ruin the movies. So I'm glad you are seeing them right away, first day, just jumping right on it.
Oh yeah, man. I saw M3GAN with a packed theater.
Really?
Yeah, dude, I did.
I don't know. I like seeing it with like a packed theater as long as the audience is good and enjoying themselves. I've had some good experiences. If you want to know, just go back in our 305 episodes before this one, and I talk about it here and there. But okay, Mike. So let's get to the most important question: how does M3GAN relate to the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
All right, Matt. Thanks for asking. Well, this week's MCU tie-in is Ronnie Chang. He was in the movie Shang-Chi, which Matt loved. His character was John.
Dude, I seriously did like that movie. I thought that was one of the better MCU movies. I know it got a lot of hate, but I really enjoyed it. I thought not one of the better like overall, but one of the better modern ones next to, the recent Spider-Man No Way Home. God, dude, that movie's so good. But I think Shang-Chi was phase 4.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Spider-Man was the end of phase 3, I believe. So I don't know. I wouldn't put them competing against each other, but they both, I think, were decent. I liked both of them. I liked Spider-Man better than Shang-Chi, but, I won't keep jabbering on about that because we need to talk more about M3GAN and all kinds of other fun shenanigans. So if you do not want M3GAN spoiled and you want to wait until it comes out on streaming, or if you're going to go see it in the theater this week, go ahead, click off. Mike and I are going to start spoiling right away. So, Mike, I talked about it a little bit earlier. M3GAN is almost like the replacement of parents for Allison Williams' character because, her sister and brother-in-law died and she inherits her niece. And so instead of stepping up to the plate and playing mom, she just makes a doll that plays mom. So, Mike, does this scare you for the future, or would you prefer to have a doll named Mike that could raise your children?
Oh, dude, I'm already working on it, man. I got the chat GTP. We're good.
Okay, good. I'm just making sure. So, all right, good. Then that way we can podcast during normal hours, and your children will be taken care of. What are you naming your doll?
I think I was just going to name it Mike.
Just Mike? So it will be Mike and you still will be dad, right?
Yeah.
Now, are you going to make it tall like you, or are you going to keep it their size like this movie with 4 feet?
I think tall.
Tall. Okay, good.
Yeah, kids like to be picked up.
Yeah, but M3GAN never picks up her counterpart. Oh, geez, I'm forgetting the name of the kid. Oh, hell.
Katie?
Yeah, Katie. She never picks up Katie.
Well, I don't know, man. She's small.
Okay, all right.
No, it's... I don't know, man. Isn't this just like the evolution of your Alexa, dude?
Well, we can get into that. I mean, if you want to talk about that already, that's the end of the movie. But yeah, this is walking, talking Alexa, although definitely not where I would want Alexa to go. I don't really want a young, small child, but that's, my opinion. I'd rather have someone cook and clean for me.
Oh, okay. Yep. I gotcha. No, I would rather have someone do the laundry and stuff, man. Like a maid robot. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, see, now you're understanding it, Mike.
I don't know, man. Maybe it was just the content of this movie that made it so popular. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm not sure why it's done so well, but I mean, it is well done. Like it's a pretty decent story, everything's kind of predictable that happens, but I imagine for people that aren't as tech oriented, this is probably like really neat.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because we are kind of tech people in a way. I'm nowhere near the tech person you are, but I love my tech. I don't know. I mean, it's good. It's fun. It's entertaining, but it's like a elongated episode of Black Mirror. I think you're 100% right. It could have gotten the whole thing done in an hour, not an hour 45. But, one thing I do like, it's really funny to me that Allison Williams is becoming like this big time horror movie star with Blumhouse. She's done a bunch of different stuff. It's like maybe she's paying amends for her dad, and all the shit he did. So she's like, well, I guess I can only do horror movies.
I don't know, man. I'm not sure. I mean, I guess you got to imagine a movie like this. What do you think? It was shot in what, like a month?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like,
definitely.
it's not that much work. Like,
No, and 12 million, and probably at least $1 million of that was just her salary. Because I mean, she's not super well known. Her dad is way more well known, but I mean, she had a big time role in Girls. Maybe that's what it is. She's making amends for that show Girls that no one ever talks about now. Even though when it was on TV, it was a huge explosion. Maybe she's trying to make amends, Mike.
which ones was Girls, dude? I never saw that.
It was on HBO. It's about living in New York, and it's just kind of like all about sex and like weird shit.
Oh, okay.
Well, there you go. Now you got something to watch on HBO Max, Mike.
All right, I'm ready.
But yeah, I watched like a couple of episodes. Oh, you know who came from Girls too?
Who's that?
Kylo Ren.
Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah, Adam Driver is from Girls. He had a big role in there. He was I don't think it was Allison Williams' boyfriend. I think it was the main character's boyfriend. But anyways, don't quote me on that shit. Like I said, I only saw it a couple times. It's probably more than you.
Yeah, no, way more than me. But yeah, so it was 2012 to 2017.
And then, she's been in a bunch of movies since then, all mostly horror or like thriller movies. Like she was in Get Out.
Oh yeah, neat.
So that's why I'm saying, I wonder if she's just paying for being in Girls. Like that's the only role she can get now. They're like, no, we saw what you did in Girls, so guess what? You have to be in horror movies from here on out. Anyways, all right, I'm kind of off topic, but not too off topic. I don't know. I like Allison Williams. I think she's pretty cute, actually.
Oh, okay, I see. Is this your next future ex-wife?
No. That's ScarJo. ScarJo's number one. Come on,
Okay.
you know that, Mike.
Okay, yeah.
She doesn't know it. She'll learn one of these days that she's a future ex-wife of mine, but she'll get there. I got to have my first wife before I can have other future exes, but that's not working out so well either, so I don't know. We'll see. Okay, all right, Mike, back to the movie of murdering, the doll murdering. How did they do M3GAN, Mike? Like, how did they do it?
I'm not sure, actually. I don't know what they did.
So it's an actress.
Is it just a small person in the thing?
It's a young kid, just like Katie. It's a young actress. I think they're both around the same age.
They just CGI the face?
No, she had a mask on.
Seems too simple.
She had a mask on and hair and all that. Now, I don't know how they got her to do the kind of moves and other things that she did, and I'm not sure how they did the eyes. They used someone else to do the voice, though. They used a very famous voice actor. Her name is Jenna Davis. She's done a lot of voices throughout the years, mostly for video games. I was honestly kind of floored when I found out that it was a young girl that did the physical acting, because it is phenomenal. I think that's one of the best parts of the movie is the doll itself and the way she moves and the way she, it's not like a cheesy Mr. Roboto kind of dance kind of shit. It's pretty legitimate in my book.
No, one thing that, I found a little bit creepy in the movie, I mean, as you would, is when she starts singing, but it's like really the artist.
Oh yeah, that was very creepy, especially when she first does it. She randomly starts singing, but it's the artist's voice. It's like basically a recording. Or no, you know what? I don't even think it was a recording, because if you remember, she was able to sample other people's voices by hearing them and use their voice. She did that with multiple people throughout the film. Like Allison Williams' character, that one chick that they worked with in the show, not the show, she worked with at the toy factory.
I guess, but that was kind of creepy, dude. Like, it just came off pretty creepy.
One of the creepiest parts to me, and I'm not a parent, so it's probably even creepier to you, but is how, like, what the therapist / psychologist talked about in the film, that she started to develop an attachment because the girl was a replacement for her parents, and you saw how crazy and insane she got when they took the doll away. That was really heart-stopping, creepy, like messed up. Maybe it's just because my family has so much mental illness now, this would just be a whole nother level of it, but that really kind of freaked me out.
No, it was pretty intense there. I did like kind of the finale with the other robot and like the kid using it. I thought that was real cool.
Yeah, that was cool. And it showed you the two different kinds of robots. There's the autonomous one, M3GAN, and then there's the one that's being controlled by a user, but has all the strengths and of a robot, being made out of metal, being stronger, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. It was very much, I don't want to say like a Terminator showdown, but kind of like that in a way, the old versus the new.
Yeah, it was kind of like a mech warrior kind of thing, and I thought that was cool.
Yeah, no, it was good. So, Mike, do you think there's going to be a sequel?
I think there has to be, yeah.
They left it open-ended. I mean, I don't know how you read into the Alexa device at the end.
Yeah, I think there's going to be something, dude.
Well, how I felt they left it, because they left it kind of wide open, is the Alexa device kind of turns on its light and responds at the end of the movie. And I think they were trying to say that M3GAN's being has been uploaded to the internet, or she uploaded herself to the internet or something. She's definitely out there in the ether, not just in the doll.
I think you're right, dude. I think they're going to have to make another one. This might end up being another kind of franchisey thing that they do for a while, like with, it happened with Saw, because it was successful. I don't know, some other Blumhouse ones. What's the one where it was like the dolls, or like the haunting stuff? Shoot.
Dude, you're the horror person.
I know.
Don't look at me.
I know. But it was like those two people would go and like a couple, they would go around and like get rid of people's cursed things and spirits and stuff like that. They've had like 3 or 4 of those movies.
It doesn't interest me, so I didn't see it.
All right. Anyway.
I just see all the smoke clouding your room coming out of your brain.
Yeah, no, I think, anyway, I think this is going to, yes, I think it made too much money for them to just ignore it. They'll do it again.
All right. Well, there you go. You heard it here. They're going to make a sequel, or 3.
Yeah, well, about 7.
17? All right, got it. M3GAN 1 through 17, or is it going to be, they're going to change the 3 in M3GAN to like a 4?
I don't know what they're going to do.
We'll see what happens, Mike. I'm sure they'll come up with something to squeeze as much blood out of this turnip as they can, right?
Heck yeah, man. They're making money, dude. This is a profit movie.
So, all right, Mike. Well, next week it's my pick, since you picked M3GAN. I decided to change it up big time. We talked about it a little bit last week about how the people that are not going back to the theaters are retirees. Mike, we're going to go watch a movie that clearly is aimed towards that demographic. I think it's bringing them back. My mom and dad are very excited to go watch this movie. My mom was really not excited to see M3GAN. You can listen to her interview and review of M3GAN at the end of this podcast. But we're going to go see Tom Hanks' latest movie, A Man Called Otto.
Yeah, man. This looks good. I think people are going to see it.
Oh, of course they are, Mike. Of course they are. But the whole thing is bringing the retirees back to the movie theaters, because that's the demographic that's not going back. Everyone basically 50 and under is who's keeping the movie theaters going, and we need to get that older generation back, because they're the ones that go and watch the movies during the day.
They're the ones that keep the lights on?
During the day, yeah. I mean, we're keeping them on at night, but we need people to go during the day.
Buy the popcorn, the senior popcorn.
Hell yeah. All right, Mike, so you're clearly fading really hard. So let's go ahead and do this. How many reels do you give M3GAN?
I'm going to give M3GAN 4 reels. 4 reels out of 5.
Really?
Yeah, I liked it,
4?
Dude.
That's all you could talk about, and you gave it 4?
Yeah, dude, I liked it.
Usually when you like a movie that high, you are clamoring about it the entire podcast. Did you just not sleep for like 3 days? Are you turning into me?
I never sleep.
Shh. My ass. You still sleep more than I do, even though you have kids.
So, Matt, imagine if you had kids, dude. You'd just sleep the same. There'd be no difference. It'd be easy. Right.
I would fucking be winning life, but I'm not. So there's that. I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was anything special. This story's been done before many times over and better. So, I mean, I think it's worth a watch. Is it worth going to the theater? Yes, because our movie theaters need your money. But other than that, wait for streaming. I give it 3 out of 5. I think it was average.
Okay. Well, I mean, I had a good time with it, dude. I think it was a lot of fun, and it's doing so well. So I don't know. It's kind of a weird, when a movie does well, I think it does well, like it continues to do well.
Like the Avatars?
I don't know what's up with Avatar, but yeah, I mean, it's what, 1.89 billion. It's on its way.
It's ruling the world, and I don't understand. I mean, it was okay. I don't understand this one. I mean, this is okay too. Although Avatar, I think, is better than this for sure.
Yeah, Avatar 1 was better, yeah. Story-wise. Special effects, man, I don't know. This one's crazy.
I think that's one of the best parts is the freaky ass, girl doll. Oh, you didn't talk about the dog.
Oh, I appreciated in this movie how they didn't kill the dog on screen.
Oh, there you go. Okay. All right. Good. No John Wick.
No. It's like people can get murdered left and right, but not the dogs.
You can't kill the dogs. No murdering the dogs. One thing I forgot to talk about, now that we're in our kind of bullshit segment, Mike, you know how I was all mad and pissed off because just no one has been listening to the podcast this year?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I don't think it's us.
Oh, what happened?
Dude, we got twice as many downloads in one day for the Banshees of Inisherin than we did Babylon. People just really don't fucking like Babylon.
Nice.
I mean, literally, the entire Babylon in week and a half, however long it's been out, had half as many downloads as the Banshees of Inisherin did in one day. And the Banshees of Inisherin is a pretty obscure fucking movie. Like, not a lot of people have heard about it.
Yeah, I guess people really didn't like Babylon. I don't know, man. Maybe there's...
Okay, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. But they killed the donkey on screen. Poor Jenny.
Oh, I know, dude. I was pretty attached to Ginny.
So was I. That donkey was fucking awesome.
Just in the house all the time. It was so funny.
Stacy said that if she had a miniature donkey, it would live inside her house. And I was like, well, I'm glad that you only have a full-size donkey because he can't fit through the door. Jasper's my dog. I roll up and he just follows me. He just follows my car all the way to the house. Anyways. All right, Mike. Well, next week, A Man Called Otto. And then you need to start thinking about your pick for the week after. Are we going to catch up? Are we going to do some onlining? What are we going to do, Mike? Start thinking about it. Other than that, I'm going to just say M3GAN's not worth going to theaters, but I think you should go to the theater to support your theater anyways. So why not enjoy a nice night out with some horror?
I don't even know if this is horror, but I guess it's kind of horror. All right. Yep. Go to the theater. Have a good time. Watch how AI is going to come and get you. Thanks for listening, everybody. Make sure to follow us on the socials, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And we'll catch you on the next week's pod. A Man Called Otto. Or named Otto, right? A Man named Otto?
Nope, you had it right. It's A Man Called Otto.
Oh, shoot. All right. A Man Called Otto. Catch you on the next pod, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening to The Real Film Nerds. Now, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Real Film Nerds. Now, go out and catch a movie.
Matt Henshaw made it into studio this morning on Magic 99.1. I was so worried because the roads are pretty slick out there, huh?
Yeah, I was just waiting for the 19 different tailgaters to slam in the back of my sweet van.
People, just slow down. There's no need to tailgate.
I just don't understand. Like, everybody's like, look, weather, let's go drive. This will be fun. Yeah, some of us have to work.
Right. Yeah, well, most of those people out on the roads this hour are off to work, Matt, or off to school.
Yeah, that's probably why they're tailgating and they don't know what they're doing because they haven't been driving long enough. So they don't know what happens when ice and rubber meet at a high rate of speed.
Right, yes. So slow down out there. Practice patience, okay? It's a virtue. Let's talk about the movies, shall we?
Talk about patience.
Talk about the movies. M3GAN, you saw it and you loved it, I'm assuming.
It's okay.
It was just okay. 95% of Rotten Tomato viewers loved it.
Yes, I know. I don't understand. I mean, it's a
stupid idea.
No, it's a story that's been done over and over again.
Exactly, it has.
It's, the Terminator meets Chucky.
Right. Exactly. So same story, just different doll.
To a degree,
and this was this a IE doll or was it CGI?
No. Oh, that's what's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did it. I mean, they had a young girl play the doll.
Right.
But yet the way she moved and the way she talked, now they had a different person voice the doll.
Right.
But even like the noise, I mean, it's kind of freaky sometimes how accurate it is. And it's just a little girl, the same age as the main star in the movie. And it's kind of freaky. Like that's the most impressive part to me is how accurate the artificial intelligence robotic doll is.
Okay, because when I saw the preview, I was like, is that real or is that not? I couldn't quite figure out in my own brain. So I'm happy to know that you're the same.
Yeah, it's a young girl with basically a mask and makeup and, you know, I think maybe some green screen stuff maybe on the eyes or whatever. But
well, and she comes to life and she kills people. Is that basically
kind of, yeah. The thing that's interesting is that they haven't talked about before is one of the big topics is replacing, so I don't want to spoil too much of it, but replacing a loved one with basically artificial intelligence.
Okay.
And how attached the young girl becomes to that in a replacement of said loved ones.
Right.
Or loved one.
Person.
Yes.
Okay.
That hasn't been done before, and that's, in my opinion, probably the scariest part of the film.
Right.
Because like they take the doll away and it's like,
no.
Yeah.
You can't
opening
take the
Pandora's
doll away.
box. It was bad.
Right.
Yeah.
And what is the possibility that could happen someday, do you think?
Probably better than all of us know.
Right.
That's the scary part.
Scary too. Yeah, all of it.
Maybe not my lifetime.
Yeah.
But, you know.
It's,
maybe my nieces and nephews' lifetime.
Exactly. All right. How many reels you giving it?
I thought it was just okay. Just because it's been done before. I just give it 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. Let's see what Ma Hinshaw thinks about the movie. M3GAN coming up next on Magic. Good morning, Ma Hinshaw joining us on Magic 99.1. How are you?
Doing just fine.
Just fine.
We got some rain.
Oh, good. I was going to ask, how's the weather in Sierra Vista?
Well, I'd say it's nice compared to your ice and snow.
It's chilly. It's chilly up here for sure. It's movie watching weather, though, for sure. And you saw M3GAN over the weekend. What'd you think, Ma?
I thought it was kind of stupid.
Yeah, you know, when I saw the preview, I thought the same thing. But 88% of Google users liked the movie, Ma.
Well, it was cute, but I think it was geared to 11-year-olds or something.
Yeah.
You know, it was not scary. There were no jump kind of scary parts in my view.
Right.
And it was just very strange in some places.
Right.
So I think, well, we had a lot of college age, high school age kids at our movie, but they laughed.
They laughed at it. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I mean, when I saw the trailer, I thought, I think I'll pass on this one. It looked a little silly to me. How many cookies you giving it, Ma?
I'll give it a whopping 2.
2? Is that what you gave it? I don't remember.
No, I gave it 3.
3. Matt gave it 3.
And then my co-host gave it 4.
Nice.
Your co-host gave it 4. 4 reels.
4?
Yep.
Wow, he really liked it, but he likes
He
horror
loves horror
films.
movies. Yeah.
And would you consider it a horror movie, Matt?
Kind of. It's more of a sci-fi thriller, but they're branding it horror.
Okay.
So.
All right. Very good. Okay. So does Ma know what we're watching next week?
Ma, do you know what we're watching next week?
Whiskers. I forgot. What are we watching next week?
Kids, this is why you don't do drugs.
Right. Exactly. What are we watching next week, Matt?
We're going to go see Tom Hanks' latest film, A Man Called Otto.
Oh. Yeah. A Man Called Otto. I mean, it looks like a guy who's in everybody's business, basically, to me. What do you think?
No, I don't. To me, it looks like a movie that came out several years ago starring Clint Eastwood called Gran Torino.
Oh, yeah.
But just without the racism.
Okay, without the racism.
Yeah.
Very good.
I think it looks good, heartfelt. We'll find out. We'll find out.
Well, we're all big Tom Hanks fans.
I am too.
Yes. All right, Ma, we'll chat with you next week on what station?
Magic 99.1.
Have a great day. Bye.
You too. Bye.
Thank you. Okay, so next week it's going to be Otto, Man Called Otto.
Yeah, well, I think it's a good movie to come out right now because I don't know if you know this, the bulk of people that are not going back to the theaters are 55 plus.
That's exactly right. Why go to the theater when you can do it all at home? I mean, I'm not 55 plus yet, But I kind
I'm
of
not
agree.
judging. I'm just sitting here. I didn't say anything.
I kind of agree.
I'm not looking at you, winking and saying you need to go to the theater, Lisa.
Well, when you have a 76-incher, I think I even have an 86-incher. I think it's even bigger than 76.
This is getting way too personal
I
fast.
know. You just want to stay in, stay warm, and cuddle up to a movie. All right, check out the podcast. It's called The Real Film Nerds. That's REEL. Maddie, thank you.
Lisa, thank you.
You're welcome.